and welcome back to Art Therapy with Jen. Today we're going to have a kind of journal talk. And by that I mean I'm just going to be showing you all some of the journals that I've made over time. I had mentioned in a previous video that I was stress crafting and just making journals. And I thought, hey, why don't I show y'all some that I've made a while back, kind of how they've held up and what I made them out of, and also ones that I've made more recently and all that good business. So we'll just talk as we go along. So I wanted to start with the two that y'all have probably seen. These are completed. And first one is my pie box journal. And I call it that because it's literally made out of a pie box. One of my old jobs, a customer brought us in an apple pie. And this was the box, and it had that, clear window that you can see the pie through. And I just put a piece of cardboard from the other side, so we have this window. I use that tissue kind of wrinkling technique that I showed in my last journal making video that I uploaded. So it kind of gave it that leather look. I painted it brown, dry brush some white over it. Something stuck to it, but gosh, I made this one. It's probably been at least, more than 5 years, because I had that job. I think 2015, 2016. Yeah, I just stitched it with easy twine binding with some jute. And I have this old earring, and then I have it duct taped together. And the inside, I literally lined it with duct tape. And all these pages are manila folder. And then I think these little things were just, gosh, I can't remember. It might be mixed media. I think, this is a mix of mixed media and manila folders. And I did a lot of painting and stuff. I believe I do have a full flip through of this one. So I'll try to remember to link that down below. But it's toward the beginning of this channel. And this is a really fun one. I love just taking this one out and just flipping through it and just having fun with it. And it's held up really well. I'm surprised. The duct tape's separating a little bit up here, but hey, that just adds to the charm, don't it? Yeah, you can just line things with duct tape. Ain't nobody tell you can't. Okay, let me set that over there. And then most of y'all have probably seen this one. This is my witchy journal. I have a ton of videos of it. I'll try to remember to link the flip through and all that, but I have a lot that I worked on in here. Again, I use that tissue paper where I glue over and wrinkle on there, and I've used it for a long time. Painted all black. The cameras cannot really pick up the color of it because I'm looking, and so I paint it black, and I have all these different metallic paints that are layered on here, and it just can't pick it up well. And I glued all these different textured cardboard, this corrugation on here, and just to give it some texture. I did this one with easy twine binding as well, with just jute. And then this is from an old wind chime that fell apart. I did not duct tape it. We learned how to tie stuff off a little better, but there's the back. I made this one several years ago as well. It's held up great. The inside I just have painted black, and you can kind of see where I've reinforced. I had this it's like packing tape, but it's almost like brown paper bag material, if that makes sense. And I just did that, and I just left the inside black. And these pages, I believe this is also manila folders and mixed media pages. Yeah, this is a mixed media page, but I have a full flip through as well as tons of videos just working on this thing. I worked on this journal on and off for 2 or 3 years, and it's held up great. Again, I was very simple with my book interiors. We got duct tape, we got just plain old black paint. It don't have to be fancy. And I think, let me look, I have, oh gosh, that's noisy. I love it. Well, I guess that's why it was a wind chime. And I found one that I totally forgot about. And this is one of the first journals that I made. and I've only done like a page or two in it because this is when I was experimenting and doing all the things. This is 2 pieces of cardboard, and I used a Coptic stitch because when I first started I was trying to find out about all these stitches, and I used like the most complicated one, and I don't recommend this for collage because it does not expand well. One of my original journals that I made, I ended up having to, I didn't get that far in it, but I ended up having to just get rid of it because this stitching, it like ruined all the pages. Like, you need something that'll chunk up, you know. And this is also the journal that taught me you don't use the glossy Mod Podge on the outside. Like, I don't think I have a date in here, but I want to think I probably put, oh, y'all hear that, it sticks. I think I put this one together in like 2014, and I just used the remnants of, oh, see it, hear that glossy Mod Podge sticking. I just used the remnants where I was trimming the manila folders, I think, for maybe the Pie Box journal. So I wanted to make something out of it. Maybe. I don't remember, to be honest. But I may still do something in here. I haven't figured out what. It's so sticky. Like, I always use the mat. And I need to go over it with a little bit of wax just to keep it from sticking. I just ain't done it yet. But y'all can see this is very early stuff. So I just have a city there. I got this little collage page. That's a throwback for some of y'all. Got paint. Got city. I don't know. I started doing stuff in here like fussy cutting and playing around. But I don't know. We'll see. It's been calling out to me lately. And I just, with the cardboard, I just taped all over it with that same like craft paper tape, painted it gray, did some splatters, and then I cut this out of something. Lord, you can still see my pencil marks where I tried to mark where to cut the diamond out, and then I just played around with it. But it's fun. We're going to do something here. I don't know what that something is yet, but we're going to do something. Alright, next journal. I do have a video or two of this one, I think. This is my little challenge journal. This is made out of a snack cracker box, so like Lance crackers. So you got the window again, where it would have that clear plastic film. This is the first time I ever tried temporary tattoos on something, and it worked great, and I've never looked back. And this is just painted again, easy twine binding. I mean, look at that, and that's years later that's held up. This is covered with matte Mod Podge. It doesn't stick. It's all good, or it has been for me. And this one I just played around with different pockets. I want to think the pages in here are mixed media. They may be remnants of manila folders. I don't know. I need to get back in here because it's almost done. It's just one of those, this one's where I kind of push myself to try out different things, and sometimes I don't want to. Sometimes I just want to do normal, like, easy stuff for me. But just using up stickers, mixing different materials. But this one has inspired a lot of other journal projects. So, I don't need a fairy tale. I need a bigger paycheck. Yes, ma'am. You all keep them fairy tales. You just give me the money. But yeah, I need to get back in here. And this one, it's like it's endless because I've started making these little pockets in here. And then you can do all this collage on a little pocket. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see where this goes. But I used another old earring. And I have fun with that one. So now I think we're to the newer ones. Most of them that haven't been seen on here. I do have a whole video for this one. I made this one out of a taco shell box. Oh, upside down. Made this one out of a taco shell box. So I'll link that video. I have the whole process, how I put it together, like start to finish. Y'all can see, look at how much my interior has evolved. I don't know though. I kind of dig just opened up it being duct taped or something. This one is leaning toward being my next like theme journal. I'm still gathering images for it because it takes so many images. Like that witchy journal y'all saw, it took me so long to do it because I would have piles and piles of images and I would run out of them like crazy. So this one was made out of a taco shell box, and we just have the white pages in there, and can't wait to play around with it. It's just calling out to me. So let's switch, and then okay, so here's another one. I did a video more recently, like a video or two back from this one with this journal. These both use the same cracker box. It's actually this one. So my father eats a lot of like snacks and crackers and stuff, and I get him to save all his boxes for me. So that's my favorite thing here lately to make journals out of. And I love the size because it was like you could fold the letter size mixed media paper in half and it fit in here really well. But I had the tea one, played around. Look at this frou-frou stuff, y'all. Look at this frou-frou stuff. And I did that wrinkling technique with tissue paper again. And I played around with kind of creating my own transfers by printing clip art off the computer and, you know, like just words typed in like WordPad. And I took a graphite pencil on the back and marked, and then I put it down and marked over it and then colored from there. I can't draw that good, so and then the inside, and I did like a hidden spine. This one, I think it's going to be tea themed. Can you I think that's where it's leading towards. So I'm saving like tea. I may put coffee in there too, I don't know, but I'm saving like tea like images, and once I get enough we'll play around in there and see where it goes. I don't know like where the journal will take me, but it'll be fun. And this one, it's in the same style as that one, same box. I use the tissue paper for the wrinkling. Got some gears on here. I went all frou-frou with the corners on this one. You know, did a hidden spine. Got that, look at that interior. And this one I'm using kind of more junk journal style pages and envelopes, and you know, with tuck spots and all that stuff. So I'm slowly getting stuff together for this one as well. Okay, who's next? Let me look. I'm trying to pile these things. Let's see, can I pile you there? There you go, buddy. Alright, so let me show you these two next. So y'all have seen these in videos. So this is my little stress journal. This is just a notebook that I had bought, I think, at Big Lots ages ago. I think when I worked there. Gosh, it's been like, what, 7 years maybe since I've worked there. 7, 8 years. And I found this one. It's one thing I miss. I used to be the person like early in the mornings that would go through and, you know, you get that report every day and you go do like the price markdowns and stuff. And you got to see all the good prices on stuff. I do miss that. My wallet don't miss that. But this is a notebook I got, and I've had it forever and just never did anything with it. So I gutted it, all the pages out, and then I added some mixed media pages, just 2 signatures, and then just and I think I have, I have some of the original notebook pages in there as well. I've been having fun with it. And I didn't do anything fancy to the inside. It was already kind of lined. And here's that tape I was talking about. It's like packing tape, but it looks like paper. I just reinforced the spine with that because once I cut that book block out, this was real flimsy. But yeah, it's got its own thing, and just bam. I guess it's technically not one I made. It's kind of like when I redo the covers for composition books and stuff. But I just wanted to show you that. Why not? Oh, where can I stack you, friend? There we go. And then this is one I do kind of in the same style. Y'all have seen this one more recently. It's another journal that I used to de-stress. It was a book cover. And this is the first one I decided to try out, that stenciling, just where you print the clip art off and make your own, not stenciling, transfer. I did it with these kitty feet and then painted over them and everything. It's just easier for me than a stencil. I was trying stencil stuff. I am terrible with stencils, so and just playing around, adding some texture on here, just like I just glued some stuff down. And this one we just started working in this past December, and just all kinds of different pages, playing around. I've been really enjoying this style of journal. And look at the interior, okay? I'm evolving. This is an old either pillowcase or bed sheet that I just put in there again to reinforce the spine on the inside, and I glued it to an inch of its life. Ain't going nowhere. And then this is just some really cool cardstock I had that I glued to cover up all the edges. There's some thread. It adds to the what you call it, handmadeness. But yeah, it's filling up quite a bit already. I underfill them because I know they're gonna bulk up, but it is just like I am chunky and I'm here to stay. Alright, so let's see. I have this one. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. This one taught me a really good lesson. I used cardboard. This was part of my stress craft. I used cardboard. How do you describe it? So like this cracker box I showed you, it's cardboard, but it's like single layer, right? If you get the boxes that are like what you get stuff shipped in, you have like the paper layer, and then you have the corrugation like was on the front of my witchy journal that I showed you, and then another layer, so it's like thick with those things in between. Well, I found out that is not a good cardboard. Well, I mean, I guess it is what it is, but it's not the best cardboard to use for your journal cover. I don't know if y'all can see. Oh, hold on, I must sneeze. Excuse me. Woo, just snuck up. But y'all can see kind of, maybe more, not as much on camera, but that texture when you wet it, where it's just got that thin layer of paper in between that like corrugation. When you're wetting it with glue or paint or something, it's going to sink into those little textures, and it's not going to be that strong either. So I've learned you need to use like the single layer cardboard, if that makes sense. But this one, I just used 2 old pieces of cardboard, and then separate, and then I had a strip of cardboard I put there, so it's like 3 separate pieces. I wanted to test that out. And then y'all hear that wallpaper I used on the inside. And then I made cut this out again, one of my old pair of blue jeans, and I brought it together that way. Does that make sense? So instead of having like this where it's already together with a box, I had 3 separate pieces. I laid them down and glued them to this piece of denim and kind of made it this way. Oh, I can actually show y'all. I'm spoiling it. This is a journal I haven't finished yet, but y'all can see this one has 3 pieces. So we have, and I haven't done the inside of this one yet, so it's just floppy. Like I haven't done something here. This was the one I tried first, this technique, and I kind of saw some issues with it. But it's 3 pieces, and this is just fabric right here. So y'all can see it's real floppy. So I'll have to go in and put like some type of connector on the inside. But that's what I meant. So, and then I have it all stitched. Look at that. Look at those straight stitches. And this is just some scrapbook paper. I have this giant roll of this old wallpaper. So I did that for the inside. And then just have a bunch of randomy like junk journal type of pages. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet, and it hasn't been inspiring me, but now that I'm flipping through it, I'm like, I kind of like this little country blue looking thing, and it gives the good snap of that wallpaper. It wasn't self-adhesive wallpaper, so it's just kind of on there. And then where I use that type of cardboard, it kind of bubbled up, and we learned a lesson. I may have fun with this one. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with it yet, but I've held on to it because, I don't know, it's kind of my friend now. So it's really bulky too. I probably wouldn't use that bulky of thick cardboard for the spine again. I don't know. You just try stuff out and learn it as you go, and I just know what I like and what I don't. I should have showed this one with that other flower one, but I made this one first, and it got me the idea to make the other one. I keep my little scraps that I cut off, and I make these little short ones. So I just covered the outside with pattern paper. This is from old fabric that I have, and this is like fabric for outdoor chairs. Like my last apartment, when I used to live out in like Middle Tennessee, I lived really close to a fabric store, and they would put their remnants, like 85 or 90% off sometimes. So I would just go in there and buy it. And this is what that's from. But it's like this waterproof outdoor cushion type of fabric. So, and it had, this is before I got my rotary cutter, so it had lines so I could cut along the lines we like. They need to do on fabric like they do on the fancy wrapping paper, where you have like the grid lines on the back. That's what I need. But that's all I did. And then on the inside, I just covered it with more pretty flowery paper. And then I mostly did, well, I do have some book pages in there, and then I decided to go frou-frou, and I did these little type of things, just playing around with some remnants. I don't know what I'm going to do in here. I may just do flower images. I don't know, but when I know, I'll know. These are two of my absolute favorites that I've done, like by accident. So these are my like Space Galaxy journals. I posted this one on Instagram because I was just so happy with how it turned out. It's one of those weird things when you get an idea in your head and it actually like happens. Like what? But this is from my old book cover too. The only thing I don't like, I used a really crazy thick piece of cardboard to put in the spine to do like the hidden spine, and it's really stiff. So I'm hoping I can like crack that spine and stuff over time. But this is just a regular book that I've gutted, an old book, and painted this whole pattern on the outside. So this is all painted, and then I used temporary tattoos for the metallic, and then just little scrapbook paper, and then she's from a magazine. Got that. Yeah, and then there's the painted part. And then we got the inside. This first time I tried fabric on the spine. So this was it a t-shirt, I think? I think it was. And then I just covered up the inside and then the inseams, y'all know, with that. And then I just put regular, I put regular paper, and then I have random book pages just throughout. So this is one of those things I just tried as a whim, and I really liked how it turned out. And then I got requests when I posted on Instagram to show a tutorial, so I made this one in the same fashion. And the video, I thought I was recording, and the video was going in and out, so that was a no-go. So I am filming like a art journal page doing this galaxy pattern and in this style. So it is coming eventually. But yeah, this was the one that was supposed to be the tutorial, but did very similarly. I painted the outside. It also was a good test to see this could kind of be replicated pretty easily. But painted the outside. I did a little more with some temporary tattoos with the stars and everything. This one I didn't do a hidden spine. I just stitched it on out and did some more of those. It's kind of fun finding images. She's from a clothing catalog. I want to think one of the plus size clothing catalogs. You can find images anywhere. And then this one I did more of a junk journal style. And then I have an old pillowcase or sheet here where I reinforce the spine. And then this cardstock that I've had for ages. And I don't think I really had any galaxy type stuff, but I just went through. It's kind of fun to try to figure out like what pages to put in there, and I just added like random little pockets to tuck things in. Oh, I got a little notebook I put in there. So I'm saving like stars and space images to play around with this one later. I really like how these turned out. My little space journals. Those will be fun to work in. And then, yes, there's more. I told y'all I'm a productive little stress crafter, because a lot of these I made like within the same 2 weeks. Let me show you this one next. This one I'm still not sure what to do with. I had this book and I was like, let's just play around with it. I am proud of my stenciling work right there. That's the best y'all will ever see of that. This is the same ribbon. Let me see. Where's that tea journal? This is the same ribbon that is on this tea journal to the side, but I cut it down the middle and I split it. I don't know why. but I'm digging it. This is a old pillowcase on the outside. I don't know what this one's going to be. It'll be fun. I love this paper, though. I love this paper. Again, got that old pillowcase. Just have different drop papers. I need to make some more of these. Just all kinds of just different remnants. Oh, I love that. It's there. This one's going to be fun. This may end up being another stress journal. It's feeling like it may be leaning toward that way, but maybe more of a junk journal-y version of that. I don't know. What y'all think? Yeah, these are just drop papers I keep around. When I was making those galaxy space type journals, this is what I cleaned my brush off on. So oh man, I love that. I gotta make some more of those papers. But yeah, I love this paper. I think that's from Walmart too. I think this might be a stress journal. We'll see. I stitched it in lime green. Why not? Okay, and then I got these two I made. And this one, I think it's going to be like a fall themed journal. This is one of the first ones I made in my stress crafting adventures. It's, again, made out of a book cover. I love going to, like, the local library sales, and sometimes they'll, like, mark down. Well, of course, they have really cheap ones, and they'll have some books that are kind of, like, damaged. And you can get them for next to nothing. So I love to take like the damaged books, because I don't care if the pages inside are damaged. I'm probably, unless they have really good images on them, they're probably just going to be recycled. And if the covers are damaged, who cares? Because I'm going to be painting and going on all over them. So who cares? But so see a lot of these made out of book covers. But this one, again, I used an old pair of blue jeans, stitched it with Dollar Tree baker's twine, and then this is a tissue or a napkin from Walmart. When it gets around the holidays and you walk in, and they have those like Thanksgiving and Christmas napkins when you walk in that are real cute. I kind of like the kind of distressed look it gave, because as the napkin got wet, of course, you see some of the bottom, like I think the original book was like blue. Want it crisper, I probably could have painted it white underneath, but I'm actually kind of digging it. And this one's in more of a junky journal type of way. Yeah, you can see glue. I don't care. I used the, because I had some blue jean left over, and I was like, you know what, buddy, I'm just going to use that to reinforce the spine. And I got a lot of these papers from my friend Shannon. She did a D-stash, so I have this like cute little fall paper, and this one, and again I have drop papers, and then I have some like junky papers. One of the damaged books had a lot of these like house plans in it, which was really cool for like older houses. So got some of those cool things in there, and older house pictures. This one, I think I'm going to have fall stuff in. Have y'all guessed? I said that's just funny because we're looking at all this fall stuff. But yeah, just a little one. So I've been saving like fall images, and maybe when it hits me, we'll do that. And then this is the last one I have completed as of right now. And this one's actually made out of an envelope. I ordered a bunch of prints from Walmart in December. And I just ordered them on Walmart.com because they were way cheaper than actually going in the store and getting photos printed. They had some deals, so they sent them to me in that like stiff big envelope you get for pictures, and that's what I made this out of. This is the butt pocket from those jeans I've been cutting up. This is from a shirt. One of my dad's old shirts that's been in our rag pile for a while. I cinched it with baker's twine. I used the red. So, and honestly, this is the first time I've ever done one like covering a journal completely in fabric. And I'll be honest, I think I just drenched the whole thing in Mod Podge and put it on there. You can see where it's kind of stretched. This was a shirt with a little bit of stretch to it, and where there's lines. You see like everything. I wasn't that worried about it. And then I got a little pocket. But yeah, and then I just lined the inside with part of the denim too. And this one, I think when it gets closer to time, because we're past it now, this is going to be like winter and like holiday themed. I just have random junk journal stuff. And I saw, I forget where online, instead of cutting pages off, people were just like folding them over to make like these cool pockets or flip out. So that's what I started doing. I got envelopes, just, you know, random book pages, just all kinds of stuff to play around with. There's the back of that page. Older house pictures. It just feels homey. It just feels homey. I enjoy it. I love this one. These are from the D-stash from my friend Shannon. I was over at her house and she's like, hey, you want any of this stuff? I was like, buddy, let's go. But that one will be really cute to work on, and it's kind of flexible. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed this envelope journal. So those are all the ones I have pages for and stuff, but let me show you some that are kind of in process. And I just work on these things as the spirit hits me, right? So I showed y'all that one. These have at least the outsides coming together. This one I've been working on and off forever. This is from a cracker box. Y'all can see there's that. I used it to reinforce the inside. And I tried out this thing with like kind of decoupaging or collaging different notebook papers and book pages on here. Lord, was that a pain in the butt. I'll never do that again. I like the effect it gave, but... And I'm just doing different sprays and ink running. I think this will eventually be a junk journal for like my memory keeping junk journal. I had this extra paper that it's just okay. I'm probably going to like grunge it up over a little bit. And so that one's in progress whenever I get to it. And then there's this one I'll figure out something to do with. We'll get there. And then this one, I'm not sure what. This one I'm just like playing around with and having fun. This is from, again, I used the wrong kind of cardboard. Y'all see it? I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's got that layer of the wavy stuff in between. So when you get it wet, it warps. It does not handle moisture at all very well. And I have loaded this thing with moisture. And I've just honestly been playing around with this one, making a mess. I don't even know if it'll become a journal, but I'm having fun with it. Did tissue paper on it, lots of paint. The inside I've just left white for now. Gosh, it's so stiff. No, this one I did not use tissue paper. I used paper towels. I can feel it. I used paper towels on this one. That's why it's like, it's got that cool texture to it. Paper towels or napkins or something. But I don't know what we're going to do with this one. It needs to have something like junky and grungy in it, doesn't it? And then I have a few, like I said, stress crafting. These are just like, I kind of work on things in phases. So these are just ones I've gotten painted, and I don't know yet what they're going to be. I just want to show you some things you can do with boxes. So I just have these boxes all painted up, ready to go. And this box was already white on the inside. So, oh yeah. Got a little one. And these are those cutting mats from Dollar Tree. Love them. This one, I got the tissue paper on there. I haven't done the inside yet. And they're all dry, so I just stack them the same size. I think I have 3 of these. And I'm thinking of like a theme that I can do where I have like a journal set of 3. How fun would that be? This is from a cracker box, like I talked about. I think that's all of those, so who knows when or what those will be. And then I recently acquired a box from someone, and I don't know when it will be, but gosh, isn't this like the perfect size box? Like, this is a really good, excuse me, large journal box. I'm going to be interested to see how that turns out. Because I don't know. And that's, gosh, I got a lot of journals going on, don't I? I like having the variety. Like, excuse me, where it, depending on what mood strikes me, I can work on that. And before we do our little closing chat here, let me update y'all on my puzzles. Now for something completely unrelated. But I just like to show y'all, and I don't have anybody else to share in my puzzle craziness. So, y'all saw this one. I finished this one. It was very hard. This whole area, very hard. 750 piece. And then I did this one and finished it last night. It's a 300 piece White Mountain. It was pretty fun to do. I'm going to donate this one to our senior center though, because I don't think I would do it again. But it was fun to put together, and I just always put all the pieces in a Ziploc before I pass them on, because that's how I would like to feel it. And I've left them the little poster in there because I don't really use that anyway. And I think they would really enjoy this one. So that's kind of my plan with these puzzles. If they're ones I don't want to keep that I know I won't do again, I donate them to the senior center. So it was fun though. It's just the quality of the puzzle was really good, but it just wasn't the funnest one for me. So I'm going to give that to somebody who's going to really enjoy it. And then here's the one I started last night. I picked this one up at CVS, believe it or not. They had it on sale for like $6 or $7. So I picked it up. It's 500 piece. I've not really been enjoying it so far. There's a ton of like puzzle dust in there. Now I know what people mean when they say that. The pieces aren't cut apart properly. The back's like peeling off, but I'll enjoy it. We'll see how it goes. I have the whole outside done. I'm starting on this part because I know that's the part I will enjoy the least is that top part. And we'll get that done. And unless it changes, I'll probably donate this one as well. Also, I ain't too big on having these giant boxes. Like, I love this little box. And I have another one that I'm donating because it's just too big and I don't have the space to do it. I got the whole outside done. I didn't realize I have a puzzle board that I work on so that I can put a cover on it and put it away when I'm not working on my puzzles. And it's 26.6 round. And one of my sides I think is 24 or 25 inches. So I just absolutely don't have the room for it. So I'm going to donate this one to the senior center as well. I got all the pieces in a bag. And I've learned you need to see how big the finished puzzle is to make sure you got space for things. So that'll go to people who can enjoy it. Let me pull my cat journal out. We'll do that. It was sticking out there. But yeah, that's my little catch up with y'all and just show y'all kind of the journals that are floating around my area here that I'm got in various stages of completion, and just showing different things. Don't be afraid to just try crap out. I mean, look at this thing. Look at that thing. It's all warped and wobbly, and it'll be interesting. But that's kind of how I've learned over the years. You just play around with stuff and you figure out what works and what don't. And just use things you have. And you can always just use like a notebook, a sketchbook. You ain't got to create things out of things. I love using composition notebooks. As you go, you just figure out what you like, what you don't like, and sometimes you just want to try a bunch of stuff out, get your hands dirty, and see what turns out. So, be interesting to see how these things evolve. I don't hurry things. I don't worry about doing things in order. I don't work on things that I don't feel like working on, and this is a fun hobby for me, and we keep it fun. So anyway, thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all in the next art video. Bye guys.